Hey ladies, welcome back to the Life of Jada A, where we discuss all things motherhood, entrepreneurship, and women empowerment. Today we're going to be discussing the 5 mistakes that I've made as a mompreneur. So my first mistake as a mompreneur is purchasing way too many online courses and business materials that I have not yet used. Over the years, I've spent thousands of dollars on these types of materials, and unfortunately, whether because of laziness or time management, I just haven't had a chance to finish them. I was actually in the middle of 2 different courses last year when I got pregnant again, and that affected me greatly because my first trimester is horrible. Like, the nausea is awful and just not functioning at all well. So it definitely made a difference in me being able to complete those courses. So I've decided I'm not making any more purchases until the ones that I have been utilized and implemented in my business. My thought process is, why keep paying for information that I'm not using yet when a lot of the material also might be the same thing? I just haven't had a chance to go through it. So from here on out, I'm going to be printing out this information, putting it into binders, and studying. The second mistake I made as a mompreneur was not maintaining my calendar well. When I first started my business, everything went on a calendar. And I hated it in a way, but I also loved it because I was organized and I always knew the things that were to come. However, having kids kind of made me a little bit more lax. Unfortunately, this caused many opportunities to be missed, and many conferences and networking events that I wanted to attend were either double booked or not booked at all because I just forgot. Luckily, this never affected my clients because they were always on the schedule. The third mistake I've made as a mompreneur is waiting on perfection. Through the years, I've had many ideas and chances to grow, but unfortunately, because I was waiting on things to be perfect, a lot of these things have not yet come into fruition. Whether because of procrastination, being tired, or just lazy, unfortunately, a lot of things have just not gotten done. And if I'm being honest, a lot of it was just fear. Fear of failure, fear of not stepping out on faith. Funny enough, I started 2020 with the motto of having a clear vision for 2020. And since the pandemic has hit, I've had to change that motto to doing it scared. I realized there are too many gifts that God has given me and too many ideas that are in my mind for me to let these things go out of wayside. I can't keep waiting on the perfect time. I have to do it scared. The fourth mistake I've made as a mompreneur is taking less risk. While for most people this seems like a normal thing to do, for me it's definitely out of the ordinary. I'm a person who takes risk in life. For my college years, I ended up at Grambling State University in Louisiana, even though I'd only ever been there once before. But I knew I didn't want to go to college close to home. Another huge risk that I've taken was quitting my job as a prosecutor to go live in Costa Rica and teach English. It was something I always wanted to do, and fortunately it came at a time when I did have children and I did have my house. However, I had enough roommates to be able to cover my mortgage while I was gone. So I was there and I was teaching English and living on the beach, and it was like one of the best things that ever happened to me. It definitely changed my outlook on life. So for me, one of the reasons that I'm taking less risk, of course, is because of security and because insurance. Kids are expensive and I need health insurance for them. So unfortunately, I've stayed at my job quite longer than I anticipated. In fact, it's funny because I wrote down my quit date so that I could become a full-time photographer twice. And each time that I wrote it down, I got pregnant. And so from then, I've decided I'm no longer writing down dates. I'm going to have a date in my head. And eventually, I'm going to get out of this rat race and do the thing that I'm most passionate about, which is photography. The fifth mistake I've made as a mompreneur is also the biggest to me, which is not putting myself first. Mom guilt is real. And I've heard about that for many, many years, and I did not understand it until I became a mom. For me, it was really difficult to justify happy hours, vacations, even going to the gym some days, simply because I worked all day and I felt guilty leaving my babies home all day and then coming home and expecting something from me. Not making myself a priority has been overwhelming. And I told myself that I would not do that this year because I wanted to feel more like me. And I had to realize that me being the best version of myself is going to give my kids the best version of me also. I had all these plans for after my 6-week checkups. However, the world shut down and I wasn't able to do that. So that's one thing that's high on my priority list once the world opens back up. What I have been managing to do is run. I don't like running. However, it gives me a great feeling. Seeing some of my line sisters and some other friends on Facebook and social media doing some running challenges has geared me to do it. And so for the last 3 weeks, I've been running. Not every day because I'm getting old and my knees hurt and my shins hurt. But I've been doing it and I feel really, really good about it. And hopefully I'm going to crush these challenges. While these mistakes were things that I've done, I can say that I'm being intentional about not repeating them. So what are some of the mistakes that you made either as a mompreneur or even as an entrepreneur? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Peace.